Hello everyone. In this video, we will solve this problem based on the concepts of trigonometry for right angle triangles. As per the problem, a hill goes down 100 feet for every 1000 feet along its inclined surface. Now, what is the angle of depression of this inclined surface? So the first step to solve this problem is to draw a diagram for this problem. So we start by showing the inclined surface of the hill. So this line segment represents the inclined surface of the hill, and this line segment is 1000 feet long because that's the distance along the inclined surface. Now we have to make a right angle triangle with this inclined surface as the hypotenuse of the triangle. So the triangle will be like this. So we'll draw a horizontal line and then we'll show this vertical line. So this vertical side here in this triangle represents the 100 feet drop. So as per the problem, so if we start at the point on the hill and as we go 1000 feet along the surface of the hill, we go 100 feet down. So that is what this problem is telling us about that hill. Now this is a right angle triangle, so we can show that by using the right angle symbol at this top right corner. Now we have to calculate the angle of depression of the inclined surface. So first let's try to understand what angle of depression means. Angle of depression represents the angle by which we have to look down from a horizontal eye level. So first I'll label the corners of the triangle. So A, B, C. So imagine if you're standing at point A on this hill, your eyes will look straight at point B. Now the angle of depression is the angle by which your eye level has to go down in order to see a point on the inclined surface. So therefore, the angle by which our eye level has to go down from the horizontal level is the angle of depression. So there is a very important concept you need to understand and memorize. So in this case, we have to calculate this angle that I marked here, and I can label that as angle theta. Now since this is a right angle triangle, we can use SOHCAHTOA to calculate the measure of this angle. So I'll write that on the board. So as you know, SOHCAHTOA is basically an acronym for the formulas for sine, cos and tan ratios. So SO represents the formula for sine. So sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. We have to find out which of these ratios we can use to find the value of angle theta. So we'll have to label the two given side lengths. So for this angle theta, the 100 feet side represents the opposite side. And the 1000 feet side represents the hypotenuse because it's the longest side and it's the side opposite to the right angle. So we have to use the ratio that uses opposite and hypotenuse side lengths, and that is the sine ratio. The formula for sine ratio is opposite. So sine of angle theta equals the opposite side length over the hypotenuse side length. Now we can sub in the values from this diagram to calculate angle theta. So the opposite side length is 100 and the hypotenuse side length is 1000. We know that 100 divided by 1000 is equal to 0.1. Now in order to find the angle value, we'll have to use the inverse of sine to isolate theta on the left side of the equation. So the step is theta equals, so we write sine with that -1 in the power and then parentheses 0.1. And now we can use our calculator to evaluate this expression. So I got theta equals 5.74 degrees. So this should be the final answer for the angle of depression of this inclined surface rounded to 2 decimal places. So I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it, and subscribe to Homework Help. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.